Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily Reiki micro session. This is a micro session because it's only 5 minutes long, where a normal Reiki session with me does last an hour. So, this is just enough to give you a little taste, little temptation. Reiki is good for so many different wonderful things. It's good for medical healing, especially where the doctors have sort of run out of answers. That's where Reiki really shines. It's good for help with financial situations. It's good for help with relationships. It's good for help with emotional or psychological issues. So there's lots of things that Reiki can do. Right now, I'm just setting the intention on this Reiki to do whatever is for each of your highest and best interest for each of you as individuals. So that'll be different for everybody. If you have something more specific that you want the Reiki to focus on, feel free to go ahead and set that intention for yourself. All I ask is that you do keep the Reiki for you, not try to deflect it to somebody else. Okay? So, after we do 5 minutes of Reiki, then we'll have 5 minutes of questions where you guys can ask whatever is on your hearts or on your minds in specific question format, and I'll take out a deck of tarot cards and use my psychic abilities, and we'll see what kind of answers we get. So let's get the Reiki started, shall we? All right, so we're starting Reiki at 44 after the hour. That means we're going to be finishing it up at 49 after the hour. While I'm here doing Reiki for you all, this is a fantastic time to ask questions about Reiki if you have questions. Just pop them up in the chat. I'll be happy to answer this for you. Candace, good morning, good morning, good morning to you and the little one. Angela Lukes, hello, hello. How are you today, my dear? Ricky Jorgensen, hello, hello. Glad to see you back. Back in on a live chat. Does anybody have any questions about Reiki today? Thanks for the thumbs up. Whoever did that, I appreciate it. Four more minutes of Reiki. Gotcha. What are you eating for dinner? You got my attention with the food. I'm all about food. Lasagna. Oh, that sounds good. You're working. That's why you're so quiet this morning. Gotcha. One of the things that I used to dream of when I was a little kid was going to culinary school. I thought that would be fun. I never did it though. Excuse me. I thought you were going to say some kind of exotic dish that I'd never heard of, Ricky, since you're from so far away. I pick up my cargo van from Hertz on the 19th. And then, depending if I have to make one trip or two trips, will really depend how long it actually takes me to move. But I'll use the 19th to load everything up, drive to Colorado the 20th, unload everything the 21st, rest and drive back the 22nd. And hopefully, I'll only have to make one trip with the cargo van. And then I'll drive back. I'm going to rest the 23rd and drive back in my car the 24th, ideally. And then I will be officially moved. Yeah, it is a new start. I'm Scorpio. We have lots of those. I moved here and it was a new start about 2.5 years ago. I moved to Colorado about 9.5 years before that, and that was a new start then. Became psychic about 7 years. No, about 10 years ago now. Holy Toledo. I've been a psychic for almost 10 years. And that was a new start. That's your moon sign? Mine is Pisces, but I have a stellium in Scorpio. I have Mercury, Venus, the Sun, and what else? There's one more. Don't remember right now. It might be Pluto, but I'm not sure. That would be unusual, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, well, it's the end of Reiki. Let's wrap that up. And now let's look at questions. I'm going to set my timer. You guys throw your questions into the chat and we'll see what we can knock out in 5 minutes. And of course, what I'm going to say in the interim is super chats are never required for the Reiki or the questions, but always appreciated when they show up. Let's see. Oh, you want to be moving the same day I'm actually leaving the state of Missouri, huh? Will Angela be moving on the 20th? You just had one card fall out. I don't see the face of it yet. I don't think so. I don't think so. And the reason is the card that fell is the Wanderer in reverse, and the Wanderer in reverse just talks about keeping things the same. So I don't think you're going to be moving on the 20th. You've had a repeating dream about becoming, and by the way, that is energy that is changeable by your own free will, Angela Lukes. I've had a repeating dream about becoming a golden dragon. Oh, that's interesting. What do you associate dragons with, Ricky? What do you think of when you think about dragons? Will Candace Ferguson make money off of her Mary Kay venture? So even before I put cards down, and what I'm still hearing over and over is if you stick with it. So that tells me that right at first, maybe not so much consistency, but if you stick with it, then yes. I want to look at if you'll be like within 3 months or if we're talking longer. Within 3 months, I think you're going to be seeing that you've got a lot more potential than what you're doing. I do think you're going to be already manifesting some good stuff, but I don't think it's going to be exactly at the goal that you want it to be at in 3 months. However, I don't really see you giving up at that point because I see that you, at that point, are recognizing the untapped potential and you're getting ideas about what you can do to pump that up. Okay. That's cool, Angela. You're quite welcome, Candace. La da 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 da. Strength. Oh, so you're getting these dreams whenever you're being attacked. Oh, that makes so much sense. So, I guess I should have muted my computer because now I'm getting all these notifications. Sorry about that. Okay, so if a dragon means strength and you're having them when you're attacked, your subconscious is trying to tell you that you're a lot stronger than you realize, and that there are ways to handle these attacks in a strong way, that you don't have to be, that you don't have to give in to them. You know what I mean, Ricky? Right? I've done some things, several different things that I started, and at about the 3-month point, I was like, this isn't working, I'm done. These were when I was a lot younger, like in my 20s and 30s. In retrospect, when I look back, I realized, I was just planting the seeds then, and I should have stuck. I would have things like people would call me, like maybe a month after I'd gotten out of whatever it was, and would want to be like a second time client. And so, really, it's all about recognizing that you have to build that base, and building the base is what is really the key to being successful. And it's not something that, you know, in my experience, it wasn't something that happened fast. Do we have any more questions? My timer hasn't gone off yet. I don't know how much time is left, but it hasn't gone off yet. I think I've only answered 3 questions. There's 4 people in the room. Somebody else has to have a question. All right, well, there's the timer. Okay, guys, we're going to pull a message for the day for everybody who's in the room real quickly, just because I want to. I want to. Oh, we got some nice cards too. All right, so looks like we're starting off the day with the blasted oak in reverse, and this just means that we're recovering from something that made us feel insecure before, and so we're finding our feet and figuring out, not only how to survive this thing, but how to overcome it. We're coming in better. We're coming out better than what we started. So we're doing some kind of recovery and surmounting, recovery and victory, maybe I want to say. Once we get more towards the middle of the day, usually my cards come up in chronological order, so it doesn't have to be like this time. These things could happen bam, bam, bam really fast all together, but they usually are in chronological order. So once we get towards the middle of the day, what we have going on here, which way is this coming in? I think that we've made some kind of lifestyle change, or some of us might be making a lifestyle change that we decide on in the middle of the day. But for others of us, we've already made a lifestyle change, and we're going to be sticking to that in spite of temptation in the middle of the day. And then what do we have at the end? We have the Archer at the end of the day. This is victory. This just means that there's some kind of goal or target that we were trying to reach. We may have even asked Spirit to help us reach that, and we are reaching that once we get to the end of the day. Whoop, whoop. I like it. I like it. Oh, you know what else? The 6 of Arrows could be. The 6 of Arrows could be downtime for a vehicle, actually, as well. Doesn't have to be. May not be for everybody. I know that applies to me, though, because I'm taking my car to the shop. Anyway. Thank you guys very much for being here. I do appreciate you. Thank you for the thumbs ups that this video is going to be getting, the one that it's got already. And thank you also for sharing this video with other people who can benefit from it as well, especially from the Reiki portion. And of course, thank you to all of you who are ordering live readings and live Reiki sessions from me. It is because of all of you guys' support at every single level that I'm able to do what I love to do for my living. So thank you very much. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful, thrilling, peaceful day. And if I don't see you here for a private session between now and then I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out.